This is a Key Stage 3 chemical structures video looking at properties of metals, non-metals and other materials. So let's look first of all at the properties of metals. Metals are shiny. Something like the alkali metals, they're shiny when we cut them, and then because they're so reactive, they react with the oxygen in the air and they become slightly tarnished and dull. But mostly we can say for most metals they are shiny until they oxidise with the air. They are all solid at room temperature except for mercury, which used to be used in thermometers. That's liquid at room temperature. They are strong. They are dense, which means that the particles are very closely packed for the volume of space. They have high melting points, high boiling points. They're good conductors of both heat and electricity. And then some of the more difficult properties to understand: malleable, okay, which means that they're easy to bend and shape. So you can hit them with a hammer and you can bend them into different shapes. They are sonorous. When we hit them, they make a sound. They are ductile, which means they can be stretched and pulled into wires without breaking. That's how we're able to use things like copper inside electrical wires. They can make alloys when they're mixed with other metals or other elements, for example, carbon steel. And some metals are magnetic. Let's look at the non-metals, and we can see the part of the periodic table where we find the non-metals. These are usually dull, brittle, which means that if they're struck with a hammer or they're broken in any way, they shatter rather than just breaking in half. They're not strong or hard-wearing. They have very low densities, low melting and boiling points, poor conductors of heat and electricity, and they're not magnetic. And lastly, we'll look at properties of other materials. Okay, we've got the polymers, ceramics and composites. Polymers are lots and lots of molecules all joined together. These include the plastics, things like nylon. Nylon was actually created by two men, one from New York and one from London. That's how they got the name nylon. Polythene and PVC. They are flexible, easy to mould, good insulators and have a low density. Ceramics include glass, porcelain and bone china. They are insulators, brittle but not brittle, so therefore not flexible, and very stiff. Composites are two materials stuck together, for example fiberglass, which is glass fibres embedded in plastic, which makes them very strong but with a low density. Fiberglass is used to make boats, skis and surfboards. Another example is concrete, which is sand and gravel embedded in cement, and they can withstand compression stresses and they're used as building materials. So again, they're very strong. I hope you found that useful. Thank you.